Good thing for the backhoe. Glad everything had a bunch of equipment here. Whew. Okay, now let's stick this sucker way up in the air. I'm gonna go work my way up to the hole. I'm Bobby J, welcome back to the channel, and I got a towing, hauling, working video for you today. So, got the JCB all loaded up. I got a 30-foot power pole loaded up. I got my bucket, I got my forks. What else do I have? I guess that's everything. And I got to go rent something. I hate renting stuff. It's a pain in the butt. Go to the place, fill out the paperwork, you know, blah, blah, blah. But, you know, you can't own everything. Sometimes some stuff just doesn't pencil. And that, for me today, is a post hole digger, skid steer attachment post hole digger. So, shooting over here right now, go get this sucker rented. And I got to go punch me a 7-foot hole and about a 3-foot hole, I think. 7-foot hole is for the power pole. And no pressure. I got to get this pole uprighted, stabbed in the hole, and I've got a water trap on one side, a pond, and I've got 3-phase 480 live wires on the other side. So, you know, pretty much every which way you look, it's certain death, but I think I'll probably manage, no stress. So, grab this post hole digger over here at the Rent-A-Post hole digger place and get the heck out there to the field. Perfect, come on in. Whoa. Okay, go ahead and put it down. All right, 1 7-foot post hole digger loaded up here. Let's see here, hold on, I want to catch this thing real quick. Can you see that? Let's see. Let's check that thing out, TL8. And a cute little thing. I'd say I like the TL12 way better. All right, let's hit the road. I got, what do I got? Yeah, it's a good 35-40 minutes to the field and where I'm putting in a service. That's what I'm doing, is I got an electrical service I'm putting in. And right now I've got a diesel pump that I use to pump water, and I want to get converted over to electric, pull PG&E power, because, and some of you might not hardly believe this, but it's actually, right now, with the current electrical rates in California, depending on who your service is through, but PG&E, most people know who PG&E is. Their rates are so high that it costs about the same to pump the same amount of water with either diesel or electricity. And that is on high voltage. 460, 480, that's on high voltage. 240 is even more expensive. But the thing is the convenience factor. An electric motor always has its fuel source right there as long as the power isn't out. You never have to fill it up with fuel. You never have to change its oil. You never have to check its air filter, its belts, its blah, blah, blah. It won't start for whatever reason. Batteries are dead, right? And electric is just a lot more convenient is the bottom line. So that's where we're going. And we're going to go electric. It just makes more sense. So got to get the service in and get the pump panel installed, the meter panel installed, quite a few things, but I would say this is probably the most difficult chore of the whole process, is getting the pole stabbed in the ground, all to PG&E specifications, 30-foot pole, 6 feet deep, so that means a 7-foot hole, and level, blah, 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 4-foot backboard. So got some rain coming here pretty quick, and so I need to get this done before we wind up and get too wet and it turns into a slop fest trying to get into where the service is going. So see you there. Oh, you know, I should put it in tow haul. There we go. Side conversation. Well, wheels and tires for a tow and hauling working truck. Well, 19.5s are not a bad setup. I mean, obviously 4,500, 5,500, they come factory. Those trucks are designed from the factory to have 19.5s. You know, I haven't been a big fan of my setup. My setup is the 10-lug adapters with a true, 10-lug semi-style 19.5. And yeah, I haven't been a big fan of it. One thing is they're heavy. Those steel adapters mean business. They are some heavy chunks of iron, and as soon as you bolt them on to the truck and you take off the first time, you can feel the truck being weighted down. So they're not light on the throttle and they're not light on the brakes. That's part of it. And I mean, the guys that want to run the 22.5s and the 24.5s, it's just worse downhill from there. I'm not a fan of don't get me wrong, yeah, I like the 10-lug look, but 19.5s are the cutoff for me. 22.5s just don't look right. They look, it's like an exhaust tip on a diesel, right? You know what I'm talking about? You know, 6-inch tip looks nice. You start getting into 8s and 10s and some of these kids, and it just starts to look stupid. So, you know, back to the thing, the one of the biggest issues that my gripes is the ride quality on the 19.5 commercial tire, which is one of the biggest reasons why it actually steered me away from buying a brand new when I ordered my 22. Steered me away from ordering a 4500 or a 5500. Now, after riding and driving in Samson Andrews' truck, my opinion has changed some on that. His truck is, while mine is smoother and rides a little bit nicer, it's not a huge difference. Not as much as I thought it would be. But back to this truck, the 19.5s have definitely made a much harsher ride on both my 01 when they were on there and this 04. And the other thing is I have had a heck of a time getting these to balance. They still won't. Oh, they're pulling the hill here. Come on, baby. Oh, there we go. They still won't balance. I can't get them to balance well. They always have a shake, and it's right. You know, it's one of those deals where at some speeds they're smooth and some speeds they'll have a shake to them. And it's annoying. It's always been like 64 miles an hour, 63 miles an hour, right in there is where there's a pretty good shake to them. And of course, that's right in there where I like to spend a lot of my miles, is 62, 64, right in there. So that's been frustrating. I will say I have had the best luck. The last time here, what I've done is I've balanced the fronts, balanced the outer duals in the back with the adapters on, and run balance beads in the 2 inside duals. It's the smoothest that this truck has ever been with the 19.5 setup, and it's not bad. Now, but it's not perfect. Some of it before, it was so bad at times, is like I thought there was something. I actually rebuilt the driveline in my 01 because I wondered if if there was any issues there in the U-joints or carrier bearing, because nothing felt sloppy. But it's like, you know what, I'm going to rebuild this driveline just in case, have it balanced and everything. Of course, no, that wasn't the issue. But I will say though, like this, you know, running down the road, you know what these 19.5s like? They like weight. They like weight. As soon as I get some pretty decent tongue weight on this truck, everything smooths out. So that's all I got to say about that. I wouldn't do this again. I would go a different route, but they do look cool, in my opinion. I do like that. And why did I do it in the beginning? Well, one thing was to see it was cheap. I mean, look at what some of these aftermarket tire and wheel setups cost. I mean, it's expensive. That's all there is. That's all there is to it. I mean, you're looking at now, you know, $6,000 or even $7,000 to upfit a dually with a set of, you know, good aftermarket tire or rims with some tires and everything. That was the thing. See, I got these adapters for like $750 on sale, KT Performance, so it's a decent adapter. And I got the 19.5s. They were used, and I bought them for $125 a piece from my tire guy, my commercial tire guy. He had them, and they came polished. That was with a fresh polish. And then the steels, I don't know, $50 a piece or something for the 2 inner steels. And the 19.5 tires aren't really all that bad. And so it was a cheap way to get into something, as I had to have dually tires and wheels when I did my conversion from single wheel on my 01. So, and that was the other thing. I will throw that last thing in real quick, is because I did a single wheel and I kept a single wheel rear end. A standard 16 or 17 inch dually wheel and tire will not bolt on to a SRW hub. You got to have like 18 inch or larger rim diameters to be able to fit a dual setup on and on an SRW rear end. So that's, anyway, so there's the path, there's the road of how I wound up with the setup that I have. Towing though, you know, they're pretty solid, I will say that. Going down the road now and there, truck is pretty firm and tight and feels good, but running unloaded, yeah, I don't think so. I wouldn't recommend this setup. I would get yourself some, spend the money on a good set, because those steel adapters are so heavy. You got a lot of unsprung weight there and a lot of rolling resistance when you're taking off, and also wanting to stay in motion when you're on the brakes. So there's my opinion on the 8 to 10 lug adapters and running the semi setup. Dig a hole. Okay, let's see what she is. Still going down, there we go. We are 7 foot in the ground. That's gotta do it. That's what we were looking for. We gotta be 6 feet deep with the pole, so that gives us a little bit of play. All right, go get the pole. That there, that right here, that right there, and that all the way up there. And good thing for the backhoe. Glad everything had a bunch of equipment here. Whew. Okay, now let's stick this sucker way up in the air, strap my PVC on the bottom, and go stab this in the hole. Yeah. That was fun. I don't know if I got all that on recording or not, trying to get that thing stood up and ratchet strapped on, but it's there. And I got my pipe, white pipe there at the bottom. I got it all taped on. That's how you stick the tape measure down inside the PVC pipe, and that tells you how deep the pole is. That's for inspection to make sure this is done right. So I'm gonna go work my way up to the hole. Through the hard part now, all I got to do, level the pole up, disconnect, fill it in at the base, and it's going to be about beer 30. All right, let's see here. That's pretty level. Yeah, not bad. That's pretty level. Okay, that white pipe's 8 feet long and it didn't move, the red mark. So we know this pole is in at least 6 feet. It's about 7 foot in. We got our identification tag on the back side of the pole. We're gonna put a 6x6 post there. We're gonna build the backboard right here. Got the other post in, got the backing board all built, level. It's done. Now, that was pretty easy for the most part. And we just need to get some electrical panels put in and get hooked up, and this deal is done. Thanks for watching. Catch you on the next one.